Some days you just have to go after the big dog. What you looking at, Bubbas? What is this thing? You got some huevos, cat, huh? Let's start off with a little Chuck Berry. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Mike here. Hope you're having a great day. It's going to be a hot one today in Arizona. Today, guys, I'll show you a couple items I sold. Pushing through for June, trying to make some cashola. Thank goodness I've been prepared for the summer slowdown, or I'd be going and getting a job, honestly. Today's video, I'll be talking about some things that might be a little bit of a touchy subject, but basically about preparing yourself for the future of reselling and the future for yourself. Are you planning and mapping out your whether you're full-time or part-time, are you planning this out? You might think you have everything figured out, but with the reselling, I can tell you from all these years of experience, things change, things get saturated, and you gotta always look for something new, look for something that you can niche, etc., etc. So, let's see what we do today. You see this chair? That's where my ass will be sitting majority of the day, because it is hot, baby. About 107 degrees at the moment. We're doing a lot of work here on Etsy today. This is one of my Etsy stores. It's Flashback Vintage, Flashback Snapshots. I've had a good following on here, over 1,000 sales. Been on here since 2012. Really didn't hit this hard until about 2014. And just gradually putting items on here. But this summer, I'll be planning on putting a lot of vinyl records on here and just some of the niche type stuff that I do sell, which, as you can see, some concert t-shirts. Sports t-shirts aren't doing too well for me. The graphic tees are okay. Hats. Looking to get some more hats, more toys, jackets and sweatshirts. These categories are terrible for me on Etsy. And then just mostly stocking with vinyl. So just got done listing these 3, 6, and 9. We're going to keep knocking it out today. On to what's sold on eBay. Sold this Paramore 2009 Summer Concert Tour Dates Gray Ladies Women's T-shirt, size large. I have a bunch of these. Paid 50 cents for them back in the day. Anyways, it's sold on eBay for $16 with free shipping. Moving on to what I sold on Etsy. We sold this Willie Nelson Sings Christofferson vinyl LP record. Got about 10 cents in this record and it's sold for $8 with free shipping and shipped out media mail. Moving on to what sold on Steve's eBay. This came out of a storage unit. This is a Hoya 49mm camera lens filter UV clear made in Japan and sold for $10 with free shipping. I believe this came out of a liquidation lot. What we have here is a sealed Linkgo premium cartridge replacement drum unit for the DR420. Steve just came over here and says, yeah, there's something happened with this. It sold too cheap or whatever, but we made $1 on it. So decided we'd throw it in the video. It sold for $17.50 with free shipping out the door. Guess we sold it too cheap. Or maybe we didn't. I don't know. Steve, leave a comment. So I'm a very cautious person when it comes to everything in life. And for many years, you know, I've been kind of stockpiling commodities like silver, gold, etc., because you're never too sure when the markets change. You know, I've gone through that Great Recession. I've seen, you know, the effects of that when it comes to reselling, and not just that in general. You know, you start getting inflation in terms of prices. It's the typical stuff you see at the grocery store goes up, the housing costs go up, and I'm starting to see a trend here now. I understand my channel here is for reselling, so I'm going to talk outside reselling for a second, but it's all going to relate to it because this is what I do for a living, right? But, you know, the economy is not where everybody thinks it is, you know, and everybody glamorizes the economy as, oh, there's all these jobs and this is that, and everybody's making all this money. Me personally, I'm a skeptic, you know, and I think we're at a time right now where there's a downfall with a lot of things that are out there. And this can relate to reselling. This is why it's important to not get too buried into particular products or niches, you know, because if a market shifts and you can't get rid of these items and you've got your money tied into all this, what would you do? You know, I'm asking you a serious question. What would you really do? For years, what I've always done is, again, you know, I'm collecting a commodity. I'm kind of hoarding silver and gold. So when sales are slow and maybe I overlooked a month's worth of sales, I can adjust, you know. with saving money, I've been talking about my channel here for years. It's very important to be saving money, especially for full time. This is all you're doing, because you know, you go out there and you make $10,000 and you go out and spend $8,000 of it, and the next month is just tanks. Because it's a possibility. It happens. It happens a lot, and you know, nobody ever really truly talks about that. Everybody just talks about the glorification of reselling and look at this and look at that, and anybody could do this, anybody could do that. And just from my experience, you know, seeing and hearing what's out there, that's not the case. You know, a lot of people go belly up in this business. A lot of people can't handle it. A lot of people can't handle the stress of not getting a paycheck. Not saying there's no money in reselling. There definitely is, but things change. You got to readjust, you know, your game plan. Always look at your numbers. Always look at your monthly numbers, your quarterly numbers, your yearly numbers, and, you know, just have a game plan involved, right? If things start tailing off and they're going south, pick up something else, you know? So what I want you guys to do right now, if I'm making sense to you right now, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go, whether it's eBay, whether it's Amazon, go to Etsy, and I want you to find 10 things. So you're gonna have to get a piece of paper, you're gonna have to get a pen or a pencil and write down 10 items that you see. And I really want you to do some homework on this. This isn't just a quick, I'm on the couch for 2 minutes and figure it out. Because what I'm trying to teach you guys is to find something that you're not used to selling. Something that you can find that religiously sells every day, right? And it doesn't have to be the exact product, right? So you got to, you know, for example, like you can go in there and if you type in Garmin GPS, that stuff sells every day. The question then is, how do you get that? There's lots of ways to get these things, you know. I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but what I want you to do is find 10 items that you don't know much about, but they have to have a track history. So when you search them on eBay, just search the terms or browse through the categories, then go to the solds. When you start seeing, you know, on like whatever today's date is, the 16th or whatever, you start seeing a pattern there. Oh man, 15, 20, 30 sell. You'll start to see, man, now how do I get that product, right? Come up with 10 of these, right? Come up with 10 of them, really spend some time with these, and then try to investigate and find those products. Whether you got a snipe, I've been talking about that for years, you know. With the weather turning here right now, the sourcing opportunities are kind of drying up or heated up to whatever it may be. I don't go out chase thrift stores. Thrift stores is not my business. Do I go there? Yes. It's more to satisfy a treasure junkie's needs. But I do a lot of stuff that's online. I do sniping, whether it's eBay, whether it's other platforms, whether it's online arbitrage, stuff like that, where, you know, yeah, I got to spend up a little bit more money for the item, but I'm guaranteeing a profit. And the profit margins are whatever you want it to be, right? Whatever makes comfortable for you. You know, I've talked to people, they're completely satisfied with 10% ROI, right? And most of those people are like the Amazon people, you know, and then there's people that are like, hey, I only sell things for over 50 bucks. Well, this is perfect for you. So again, go, take that piece of paper, find 10 items, something you know nothing about, and just search for those, because what that's gonna do for you is you're gonna now be in a homework zone. You're educating yourself here, and you're gonna go, whoa, whoa, whoa. And you might change your game plan. And then what you do is you attack. Out of the 10, find 2 items, and within the next 7 days, go and buy those 2 items and flip them, right? Even if you make 20, 30% ROI on it, do it just to see if it works, because it will. I'm telling you guys, a lot of this online stuff, a lot of here on YouTube, it's just been the same talk over and over, right? From a lot of the bigger channels, a lot of the people that, you know, have a large following, it's just this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Then some people say, nope, not doing that, doing this. Then they can always come back to that, right? And are you building a business is what I'm trying to say to you, right? I mean, the goal here is to make money. Obviously, you want to work less, but, you know, in this business, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to put in some hours, some time, some dedication. And then just, is your business on the up, you know? You can work and do all types of things, guys. Whether you're crushing it and you're like, hey, man, I go to the bins, and I get clothing for $1/4, and sales have been through the roof for me. Amazing, amazing. But when you start to look at other things, you can say to yourself, man, how can I really stand out here? How can I stand out of here with little competition, right? Where I can spend $25 on an item and get back 50, 60, and do it 10 times a week. It's not as hard as what it may sound when it comes to that dollar figure, right? If you want to make $1,000 profit, you got to find items that are in demand, right? Like you've seen in my videos, you know, I went this week, grabbed some clothing from a thrift shop, right? Is that Columbia shirt going to get me there? Is it going to get me to my 1,000? It's going to get me close to it. But I got to sell so many of those. And then realistically, you know, with a brand like Columbia or Orvis or any of these clothing brands, just go look at the competition, how many are there, right? There's so many there. And you got to start looking then and go, what are your odds? When things don't sell that day, what are your odds of that selling? When if you look, like I just told you guys, and you find items, whether it's silver coins, whether it's graded baseball cards, whether it's whatever it is, if it's an in-demand item, locate that item, because that is going to be the key, right? Where you can go and just basically buy specific items and make X dollar amount and guarantee your paycheck, right? I know a guy who drops $20,000, $30,000, a bat of his eye, doesn't even go, whatever, he's like, whatever. But he's so niched in and he finds these niches. Doesn't find them every day, right? Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months to find these little gems that are out there. And when he finds them, he capitalizes on them. He'll drop $30,000, $40,000 to turn around and make $45,000, you know, $50,000. I've seen him do it for like $80,000. It's insane, right? And it's not cars or anything of that nature. These are really high-end antiques and stuff like that. So there's so many different ways with this business, guys, that I want you to start thinking differently here. You know, I want you to start educating yourself for the future in terms of what if this happens? What if that happens? What if the wells start drying up for you because you're just so focused on these things that you think are working, but all of a sudden they're tailing down? Again, I'm not trying to frighten anybody. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm trying to enlighten you to think ahead. Forward think, right? Always think ahead. Always think, man, while I'm messing with this stuff, this clothing here, and it's taking up 80% of my time, maybe Mike's right. Maybe I should do 20% into something completely different. Maybe it's shoes. Maybe it's going to Marshall's and snagging up some shoes and selling those for 18% margin. Whatever it is. The key, though, with all this is making sure, especially with like eBay, that there's actual sales results. And you can do that with Amazon too, right? Based on the rank and everything like that. Just make sure there's results. Because if you go too deep on a particular thing and it doesn't pan out for you, you can lose your ass. Thanks for watching. Not trying to scare anybody here, just trying to be honest. That's what my channel here is, and just thought I'd give some feelings about what I see going on and where I'm going in the future. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all that. Getting hot out here. It's about 109 right now, and it's just go out there and make some money, guys. Do your thing. If you're rocking and roll right now and life's great, awesome, man. Keep pushing forward. Keep making that money. I'm really excited for this Sunday. I got all those auctions ending for that paper stuff. I think I've got one of them already up to like $58, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to Sunday's sales. That should really kind of, I'm hoping for some big ones because I've been planning all week with auctions ending on Sunday and building the stuff going that way. Hopefully everything picks up. It is Father's Day weekend, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Till next time. Peace. Vlog over.